And then got two hats on tonight because I'm cold. Put one on top of the other. I'm just eating something. We'll be in a bit. I don't think you're there at the moment, are you? No, I'm just going to the toilet, to the lavatory. Okay? Right. Oh, hello, Tasuka. How are you? You okay? Good to see you, man. Good lad. I think Ellen might be back later on. She was in before. I've just turned the music down. I'll put some quieter music on. Excuse me. Right. Oh, yeah. It was a nice day. You got nice weather as well. It's 11:45 at night or something. 11, nearly 10 to 11 at night. Yeah, in the UK. I know I look a mess, but I don't care. I'm trying to keep warm. Got 2 hats on, that's why. Because it's cold. My feet are freezing. I'm tired tonight. I don't think I'll be on as long as last night. I was on for about 2.5 hours, more than 2.5 hours last night. Quite tired, really. How are you? What kind of a day have you had? Well, just starting your day, are you? You going to work today? Wish I was going to work. Wish I could get out of this place. You know, the place with the mirror on the wall, on the ceiling. It's not good. It's irritating. being locked up all this time. It's ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfectly sane. But I'm in an insane asylum, so I must be mad, mustn't I? Survived with one hat, that was a bit too silly. Oh dear, not that it matters what I look like. I'm pretty old and ugly. But I enjoy myself. Oh, dear me. Excuse me, I'm just going to have a real rest. Might as well, there's no one watching. Oh. Oh wow, you're here, man. Oh, did you get your tablet working, David? Did you get your computer thing working? I'm tired today. I don't think I'll be out for that long. We'll see what happens though. Oh, yeah. It says there's no one watching, but you must be. Oh, I'm tired. I'm very cold. It's freezing cold in here. Seem to be feeling the cold in my old age. You know, not as young as I used to be. None of us are we? Oh, it's irritating, but it's okay. How's your health today? How are you feeling? Have you tried the vinegar cures yet or anything? The, what's it, fermented vinegar stuff? the special vinegars you can get, the balsamics, fermented stuff. Well, vinegar's fermented anyway, isn't it? But there's some really expensive stuff. You must do something, otherwise it wouldn't be so expensive. Some things are a scam, but I don't think the vinegar is. Some of the really, really expensive ones might be, but if you buy a mid-range one, it might do you some good. What you're saying there, need to get some while I'm out a bit later. Oh, some vinegar. Yeah, get some. But don't buy the cheapest stuff, obviously. You know, buy a mid-range one, try that, see how that goes, and if that's really improving, you try another one. I don't know, it's up to you. Just go for the all in and buy the most expensive bottle, £50 bottle of vinegar or something. I don't know how much it costs. I know some of them are pretty expensive. I'm not sure. I think I've seen them like £14.99 or something like that. £14 those. You have dollars, don't you, or do you have pounds over there? I can't remember. Being part of the colonies, well, they were, and it's still technically a colony, aren't you? I don't know. I'm not sure. You've got your own independence, haven't you? But you're still technically a colony. I don't know how it works. A load of bollocks, isn't it? Did I say bollocks? Oh dear, that's old English. It's in the dictionary I've got from years ago. Largest life, the word bollocks. I did have it anyway. Yeah, the organic cider area, yeah. Do you have Aldi in Australia? We have Aldi here as well. Pretty good store, really, on the whole. It's not too expensive. It's not as expensive as Sainsbury's. Do you have Sainsbury's over there? Sainsbury's is expensive. Very posh, you know. Oh dear. I'm weary. It says 0 again, and yet you're in the chat. I don't understand it. It's just ridiculous. It might have been just a lurker. It might be showing up the lurkers, but not the people in the chat. It doesn't make sense. If you're in the chat, you're watching and you're contributing as well. Maybe once you're in the chat, you're not classed as a watcher. I don't know. Yeah. It's nice to have the option of going to Sainsbury's or Tesco. Yeah. Oh, did you notice I keep putting all the chat up on screen? I do that for a reason, because they very rarely put the chat box up. You know, the live chat replay, they very rarely put that up. It really annoys me, that, because I wonder what I'm talking about. So at least I know what I'm replying to. So I'll put it on the screen. You know, if I listen to it back in a few months' time or something, which sometimes I do, I listen to some of my old stuff. I've got tons of old stuff though. Couldn't possibly catch up with it all. It'd take me a good month to go through all my live streams I've done. I don't know how many I've done altogether. I'll have to count them one day, see how many I've done. But some of them go on for like 7 hours and stuff. You know what I mean? No way I can troll through all that lot. Wouldn't want to anyway. When it's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? Just enjoy the stream. I usually watch it if it's been a good one. I'll watch it at the time, and then it'll just fade into the background. But there's some that I do keep returning to that are really cool, because, yeah, there's some bits that I really like. Some bits in all of them that are good. When I just get in the moment and just forget everything, forget worrying about what I'm saying and everything. I don't worry about what I say anyway. It's sod it. Freedom of speech, isn't it? I don't actually care. If I upset someone, it's not my fault, it's their fault. So I don't deliberately go out to upset people, no way. Coles and Woolworths. Oh, you still have Woolworths over there, because Woolworths is gone over here. It's all gone. No, duopoly doesn't like competition. That's right. It's a good word, duopoly, isn't it? Yeah. The two big boys don't have any competitors at all. No. I've heard of Coles, vaguely. But Woolworths was very, very famous over here. And unfortunately, it's gone bust over here. So it can't be linked then, can it? Or can it? I don't understand where it's gone. Because Woolworths was a wonderful store. Had everything, including wool. You could get knitting accessories and all kinds of things. Yeah, exactly. Too hard to price fix things. Yeah, and it drives the prices up eventually because they can charge what the hell they want if there's no other choice. If there's no option, if it's just Hobson's Choice. Have you ever seen that film, by the way, called Hobson's Choice? It's a good film, actually. It's an old black and white one with Charles Lawton in it. I forget the other guy's name. He's quite a good actor as well. It's a good film. It's a fun film. Have you seen a film called Room at the Top? That's a good old black and white one. Very good film. Two good films for you to watch there. We were talking about movies last night. Someone said, do you watch movies? I said, I very rarely ever watch any television, which I don't. But if I was doing, I'd be watching some of the old stuff. So I could have told them about that. No, I don't. It's all rubbish in its programming. All the ones made nowadays is out and out blatant programming, aren't they? The older ones are as well, but not to the same extent. There's always bits of programming in all of them, I think. You know. I'll tell you a movie I like. It's a silent movie. Well, there's obviously Metropolis. That's a fantastic movie. That's a silent one. And Faust, Faust. Have you seen that before, Faust? 1926 it was made, before sound. It's absolutely fabulous graphics and, special effects in it. Fantastic, really cleverly done for the time. And it just shows you what they can do now with computers. I mean, it just shows you what they could do in 1926, how frightening it must be now. Yeah. Yeah, they do spew out some crap, don't they? Absolute tosh. Complete rubbish. Boys from Brazil. What's that like? I don't think I've seen that one. I might watch that if you recommend it. Got my gloves on as well. Got an itch. Got an itch underneath my glove. I'm going to take my glove off. Give you a scratch. Put my glove back on. Oh dear, I needed that scratch. There's little bugs biting me in here, I think. You know, midges, little gnats or little tiny flies, you know, mosquito type things, but really tiny ones. Yeah, it's interesting. The ones that got away, sort of thing. The ones that fly under the, yeah, they are annoying little sods. The mozzies and that, horrible little things. Yeah, the films that fly under the radar, you know, some of them are really good films. Even some B movies are tremendous. It's just they didn't get the airplay for whatever reason, or they didn't get the finance, so they got limited advertising, so it doesn't go mega, which is good, really. I like it like that. But people are missing out if it's a really, really good film. Hello? What do you want, love? Yes, I'm all right, thank you. Asking if I'm all right, just checking whether I'm dead or not, basically. You know what I mean? Yeah, Denham Elliott's great, isn't he? Laurence Olivier's pretty mega. Gregory Peck can be really, really good. James Mason as well. Who else? Lily Palmer, Rita Hagen, and Miara. Steve Guttenberg. God, you reeled all that off pretty well, as if you've got a film guide with you. You're looking it up on your computer. I bet you are. Bet you forgot all them. You couldn't remember all that lot without a bit of help. Sounds like a fantastic film. It's one that I'll probably enjoy. Science fiction thriller. Right, okay. 78 was a good year, wasn't it, for science fiction stuff? I think. That sort of era. Oh, Jashuka. You're alright, lad. What do you mean, invasion of privacy? What do you mean? Jashuka Toys is a good lad. He's not trolling. Oh, I see what you mean. Copy and paste from my browser. Yeah, okay. Easy. It's easy when you know how. But you've been doing computers for years, haven't you? Yeah, it's when they come to check on me, see if I'm alive or dead, basically. You know. Yes, I'm dead. Leave the flowers and get out. I'm going to say that one day. It's in a Mad magazine cartoon. The wife's knocking on the door and the husband's obviously knackered after work. You know, totally knackered, looks totally bushed, completely kind of, you know, fast asleep, eyes closed, tightly shut. Well, not tightly, just closed. And then suddenly wakes up and he says, are you all right, dear? And he shouts, no, I'm dead. Leave the flowers and get out. She's putting her nose round the door, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I know. You were telling me you'd grown up with computers. I didn't, of course. That's why I'm so naff at them. But I'm getting better in some ways. But I've got a new one coming. It's got a different operating system. So I'm wondering how I get on with that. It's not arrived yet. It should have been here on the 5th, but it's coming all the way from China. So they've been having troubles with it. They keep sending me emails saying, do I want to track it and all this lot. I can't be bothered tracking it. I just want it to be here. What's the point of me tracking it? I'm going to get it if I'm going to get it. And if I'm not going to get it, as soon as I bought it off eBay, or via eBay, they've got a duty to pay me the money back, haven't they? So it doesn't arrive for whatever reason. So they can't go on forever not delivering it. I'll get my money back and look for another one. Might buy one from a shop. Then I've not got all the worries about whether it's going to be delivered or not. Or whether it's coming from China. I should be able to buy some off eBay though, shouldn't you, and get it delivered. It's ridiculous. It's the 21st today. 22nd tomorrow. And then we've got the dreaded 23rd, haven't we? Some weird shit's happening on the 23rd, isn't it, of September? So they say. We shall see. Sacked all their employees, so they're short of employees then, aren't they? If they didn't take the jabs and that. It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's disgusting. How dare they coerce people like that? Yeah, it's completely wrong. Yeah, contractors to do it, yeah. Yeah, it is. It's coercion, no good. Not right. We're sovereign beings, you know what I mean? My body, myself, you know? My right to refuse to say no. The word is no. Thank you. Kindly. Now piss off. I had a good live stream last night. It was a lot of fun last night. I was in a very silly mood. It was really good fun. I've got a lot of Philippine subscribers from the Philippines, you know. They're fantastic people. They've got a real good sense of humour. They're crazy. So they like me for some reason. It's because they're learning English off me as well. But they like me. They like my company. I make them laugh. They like my silly faces and that. I did this one last night with the posh voice on. Oh, I say, how's everyone this evening? Are you doing all right? You know, kind of thing. That's some old buffer. I can put lots of voices on. I need to get the Aussie accent sorted. I used to have it. You know when, what was he called? You know, Dame Edna guy. Forgotten his name. Barry Humphries, that's it. When he used to do the Dame Edna stuff, I got the accent off to a T. All right, my darling. All right, my darlings. My darlings. I can't get it now. I can't do it. Can't do it properly. Good evening, good evening, darling. Darlings. I can't say darlings like they do in Australia anymore. I used to be able to do it. Yeah, they are lovely people, aren't they? They're gentle people, aren't they? You know? They're very, very, I don't know. They're just nice. They're just very lovable people, aren't they? They're really nice kind of people, you know? Must have a very strong natural culture, do you know what I mean? Of just niceness, you know. I think, well, I know the Philippine government's not too good. No, it's the Indonesian government. It's awful. The jail situations over there are terrible. Absolutely disgusting. I watched a film about it. You know, documentary job. Horrible it was. It's unimaginable how many people are stuffed into a cell. You know, it's wrong. It's completely wicked. Talk about human dignity, you know. They didn't have proper toilet facilities either, you know what I mean? Disgusting. Horrible. All bugs and rats and mice and everything. Roaches and stuff, you know. It's not good. Hello, darlings. Hello, darlings. I can't do it. Hello, darlings. Hello, darlings. Hello, darlings. I nearly got it. Hello, darling. Hello, darlings. Oh, I can't think of anything else to say in the sentence. Oh dear. I was just saddling up the old kangaroo. The old Drew. I was just saddling up the old kangaroo and coming trotting down the old Kent Road. Oh dear, I can't say that. Yeah, Filipinos are very happy-go-lucky, aren't they? Yeah, they do seem like that. Yeah. All right, you travelled through some of Asia. Sadly, never made it to the Philippines, but you've met people from there in Asia, probably, and probably in America as well. Sorry, Australia as well, perhaps. I don't know. I'd like to meet them in person. They seem fabulous people, you know, really nice. I was watching a cookery program yesterday and I think that was in the Philippines, or it might have been Hong Kong or somewhere. And she was cooking a salmon. I didn't know what she was doing. It was a live stream, and I thought, sod it, I'll go on this one because she's subscribed to me. So I thought, oh, I'm going to check in, just say, you know, do the courtesy of visiting. And she was doing a live stream. She had a lovely laugh. It was a funny laugh she had. And she was cooking salmon, and I was pointing out that I don't eat salmon because of the and this bloke on the live stream said, why don't you do that, sir, sort of thing, whatever. And I said it's because they put hormones, growth hormones in the farmed salmon. I said I'd only eat wild salmon if I still ate fish. As I said, I'm mostly vegan. I eat honey though. I do eat honey. Honey's an insect, and I eat free-range organic eggs as well. So I can't give up eggs. You need some sustenance, don't you? Yeah. Simple way of life I found. Loved every minute of it. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you spent some time in America as well. Weird country to me, but lovely people I found. Oh yeah, there's lots of beautiful people in America. It's not your big brash people that you get in the movies and the glitzy shit they have in Hollywood and that, you know. All that glitzy stuff and the glitzy TV shows and all that very brash, big-headed stuff. You know, not every American's like that. People get the wrong idea of Americans. There's some wonderful people, gentle, kind people, loving people, you know. Yeah, full of toxins and medications, yeah. Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if putting mRNA in the bloody things, you know. Because they're supposed to be pissing about with the food, aren't they? They're determined to get it into us, that shit. I think we should have it stopped and exposed as soon as possible to avoid anything like that, and they should all go to jail, these creeps. It's terrible, it's awful what's happening. It's genocide. Genocide. Of course it is. Yeah, Great Yarmouth, you were telling me you got married in England. I think you said you got married in England, or you said you had a girlfriend from Great Yarmouth yesterday, or the day before, when you were last on. You didn't like France, why not? Why didn't you like France? What was wrong with the French people? Bonsoir? Well, they can be rude. Sometimes they can be rude. Because they want you to be able to speak French fluently. They're quite a proud people, really. I think that's part of their culture. Just don't forget we had the 100 Years' War with France. You know, that went on for 100 years. It's long enough, isn't it? You know, off and on battles all the time for 100 years in France. So there's rivalry. And they think, you know, they're a bit sort of anti-West, anti-English language speakers. You know, they expect you to speak French. They don't see why they've got to speak English, and fair play to them, and they've got a point. I think they've got a very valid point. And they can be rude to you because, well, various reasons. You might have just come across a rough area or something like that, or been in a dead end sort of zone where it's very insular and less cosmopolitan, if you know what I mean. Well, you know what I mean by cosmopolitan, less mixed, you know, races and cultures and stuff like that. I like the idea of France. I'd like to travel to the depths of France, but I would endeavour to learn as much of the language as possible before I went, because I know of these issues. And I'm sure if you'd been a fluent French speaker, I don't think you'd have had any trouble whatsoever. So it's not a racist thing. It's not a, you know, oh, we hate Aussies or we hate the English. We just hate the laziness of the English, not bothering to learn another language, whereas the French will learn English readily. You know, they'll come over here and they're fine with us speaking English. You know what I mean? And we accept them. Of course we do. We've always been a very tolerant people of the English. We are very tolerant. We've got that many different cultures in this country now. It's just a little frightening, really, to be honest, how everyone's going to get along. Especially if shit hits the fan, SHTF, you know. Which we all hope and pray that it doesn't, obviously. Yeah, I constantly thought you were English because you were talking English. They assumed you were English. But it wasn't a fault with them. It was a fault in perception, that's all. You can't blame them for having a bit of a chip on the shoulder about the English because of the 100 Years' War and stuff, because of the rivalry and because of the English language's hegemony, or whatever the word is, how you pronounce it, hegemony. Do you know what I mean? It's overreach, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, they wouldn't necessarily notice that, the different accents. It's like me, two French people speaking. I wouldn't necessarily be able to tell the difference between the accents. I'd only notice the difference in the language. Do you know what I mean? I don't think the French people are inherently rude people. I just think they're very proud. Overly so, perhaps. Perhaps that's a fault. But they're nice people. Yeah. I was never so happy to get back to England. High five to the English people. Very hospitable and warm race of people I found. Yes, that's very true. Anita Blue's in. You got computer problems. You're on here. I'm doing all right. Happy's here. I'm just going to do something for you, Anita. Stay on for a couple of minutes. There you go, Anita. You still there? Hope so. Freezing computer. Can you see what it says on the screen? Look at the bottom bit that's moving about. Happy Joy's good with computers. He might be able to help you sort your problem out. Talk to him about it. I'm going to have a little break for a couple of minutes, okay? I just need a wee and stuff. Okay, I'm going to have a wee, a piddle, a piss. I'm going to evacuate my bowel. My, not the bowels, my bladder. I'm going to purge my bladder. Listen to what Happy Joy said. Right, it won't be a minute, a couple of minutes. Hello there. Happy might have disappointed for a bit. He gets tired out. He's not very well. Oh, he's there. Hi, Happy. I'll put your banner on in a minute. Is Anita gone? She had computer problems, freezing up and stuff. Thought you might have been able to straighten her out on that. Clearing the cache and all that lot. Yeah. Oh, cool. That's good. What's the program called? Good night. I say, are you all having a wonderful time in the Philippines? I should hope so. You don't work too hard now for the boss. No. Oh, I've heard of One Shot. Is it called One Shot or In Shot? There's one called In Shot, which I think Mary White uses. It's pretty good. It's got some nifty effects on it. You sure it's One Shot or is it In Shot? Have you missed the name? Doesn't matter anyway. It's one or the other. Oh, there's a toffee bloke asleep. This is a posh bloke when they go to sleep. I say, I just woke up. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I don't know how all these gizmos work, but I'll get something better for myself at some stage. A good video editor would be nice. I did have some facility on that computer that died in mine, but it wasn't a good one. It was good, but it was complicated to run the damn thing. It was irritating. It was an Apple thing. Horrible things they are. Won't be buying one of them again, I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, it's like that with Apple. It's a nightmare. It's a total nightmare. Unless you're au fait with all the Apple kind of usual protocols or whatever they want to call them. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to be a computer programmer to operate a damn computer. It should be idiot proof by now. You've got little children operating mobile phones, little babies doing it even. I saw what couldn't have been more than a 3-year-old with a mobile phone on the bus. And I said to her mum, who said good morning to me or something like that, I said, that's not a real phone, is it? She said, yes. I said, my goodness me. You know, I said something else. I can't remember what I said. I don't think I talked about radiation. Didn't want to scare her. But I said, oh, you know, is it suitable and all that lot, you know. And she said, oh, it's not too bad, you know. It's got all the gizmos on it for protection for the kids. But they're not going to protect you from the radiation, are they? And the brainwashing. You can't firewall that, can you? Brainwashing kind of anti-brainwashing software would be good, wouldn't it? So everything's, you know, free from brainwashing. Hi, Dashuka. Yeah. Yeah. Good to see you. Yeah. I like my Philippine friends. They're good. They're good fun. We had a right good fun last night, Dashuka. We really did. I got them all chuckling. I was in a very silly mood. Completely bats, I was. Bat crazy. Flapping about and messing around. Teaching them English. Very appreciative audience it was too, in fact. Have a watch of it, Happy. Last night's show. It's a good show. When it gets going, it's pretty funny in parts. I'm telling them off saying, behave. People of the Philippines, behave. Stop it. Get your English correct. Don't mess about with the spellings. Don't forget your apostrophes. It's very, very important if you want to be understood by an Englishman, a gentleman like myself. I say, gentlemen. We had such a laugh, honestly. I've got a silly enough sense of humour anyway. I can get very silly. Plenty silly enough. Yeah. I'm going to do some sketches, you know. I'm going to do some out and out total comedy one of these days. Because I do have a facility for making people laugh. You know, because I always used to be, I'm not bigging myself up or anything, but I was always considered life and soul of the party. If I wasn't there, the party was flat. You know, not necessarily totally flat, but, you know, my presence was always missed at parties if I couldn't make it or whatever. So, you know what I mean? Kind of one of them things. I've always thought outside the box, that's why. I'm not a straight line thinker. I think in all different directions at once. Round corners. Thinking round corners. See what I mean? Thinking round the block, you know. Helen and the pets are saying hello to Happy Joy Joy. I think he's nipped off. He's fiddling about with his computer, loading some more software onto it, so we'll be back in a bit. I put this on last night. See, I've done bad English on that because I'm doing it quickly in a rush to get it out because I'm excited. I've written, where's Happy Joy Joy? I don't know where'd he go? Oh, I don't know. It should be comma. There should be a comma in there. Where'd he go? Probably he's fast asleep as usual, so it's all right apart from the comma, really. There should be a bit of a break. Where's Happy Joy Joy? I don't know, comma. Where'd he go? Probably he's fast asleep as usual. Probably, comma. There should be a comma after probably as well. because it's just a little pause. Probably pause. He's fast asleep as usual, because that's how you'd say it in English. See what I mean? Don't know whether you get it yet. It makes sense. Some languages don't seem to have commas much in them, do they? Perhaps Tagalog doesn't have commas and full stops and stuff like that. It probably does have full stops, imagine. I'll have to watch when you're speaking in a different language from to each other. When Tagalog, and see if you're doing commas and stuff like that and apostrophes and stuff. So you might not need them in your language for some reason, for whatever reason. We'll have a little break. Have a break for 5 minutes. Be back in 5. Oh, sorry. I didn't have the comments on. I thought everyone had disappeared. Audio is running so I can hear you. Good. Oh, Tagalog doesn't have punctuation at all. Oh, Thai doesn't have any punctuation at all. One continuous sentence. Yeah, I suppose that's fine, isn't it? If it doesn't need punctuation because they explain it all in the language, the inflection and the pauses and stuff is all kind of explained in the language. Yeah, all good. Right. Is it possible, when you say you fixed the audio, you on about your tablet or your mobile phone or whatever? Yeah, you can't say you've learned a language just because you lived there for a little while, can you? Language. It takes a bit of time to learn a language. I'm sucking on a sweetie. I can't have too many of them though because my teeth are so bad. I've hardly got any left. It's one thing I wish I had done. Look after my teeth better. I never used to brush them when I was a kid. Because I didn't like being bitched and moaned at by my parents all the time. Otherwise I would have probably done it. It's no good, is it? Yeah. It's no good because you can't really chew on anything, can you? You've not thought of false ones? I have, but I'm a bit reluctant. Very reluctant, in fact. But you have to use a blender a lot, don't you? Make smoothies out of your meals and stuff like that. Yeah. So you've got enough teeth on the bottom to meet the top ones then. That's good. So you don't need the plate that they've given you as well to replace some of the bottom ones. That's what you're on about. Yeah. You didn't answer my question. What was you sorting out on your audio? What was that to do with? Was that to do with your computer or your tablet or whatever, or your phone or whatever? What was going wrong? Can't remember what you said the other day. You're talking about audio stuff or whatever. Was it something to do with live streaming or something? Oh, dashcam footage, I get you. Cool. So the dashcam's working, is it? Yeah. So the dashcam's working okay, is it? Oh, I see. See what you mean. Be good when you get that in-shot thing going. Oh, I see. Audio's only on the front camera and not the back camera. Yeah, that's irritating. You're not able to do live streams yet, though, from your tablet, are you? You haven't fixed that problem, then? Sorry about that. I had technical problems there. Just all fouled up. Don't know why. Can you ask in the shop what's going on with that? Some computer buff or whiz or whatever. Get someone onto that job. Try and sort that out. Happy? It'd be great if you could. Hi, Jean Lynn, you alright? JT, you okay? Okay. You get your day started, mate. You're alright. I'm not going to be on here for long tonight, I don't think. Mind you, I might do. Sometimes I sort of get a second wind. You know, suddenly get wind in my sails again and take off. You know, suddenly get, you know, if I get really silly or something, you know, I might get enough adrenaline to keep me going or something. Whatever. That does happen sometimes when I get in a stupid mood. I'm in comedy mode. I can sort of get a boost off it, a buzz off it. And oh dear, I'm a bit tired tonight. I should go to bed soon, really. Depends whether you keep me awake or not, you lot in the Philippines and Australia people. Happy Joy's from Australia, you know that, don't you? Yeah, he's a good lad. One of my best friends on the internet I've ever met. Yeah, we've known each other for quite a long time now. A couple of years or so, something like that, I think. Yeah, I'll talk to my friends from the Philippines for a bit longer because I said I'd stay on for a little longer. So, oh, she's saying get some sleep. Okay, I think I will. Okay, thanks very much. Oh, thanks for being so understanding. I feel like I've not taught you anything tonight on your English, though. And then, Your English is pretty good. You've got two commas after David. You only need one comma. But I put 2 dots after in between my writing a lot of the time, just to space it out instead of using commas. I just do when I'm in chat. Like this. Oops, pressed the wrong button. I'm an English gentleman. Oh, I say, what a lovely day. It's actually the middle of the night here. What time is it? Let's have a look. 1:03 in the morning. I don't know what time we finished yesterday. It was very early doors. I mean, very early in the morning. Yeah. I'm going to do something silly for a minute. I'm going to make a silly banner. I'm going to have a little break. Oh, I see. I understand. I get what you mean. I'm going to make a cup of tea. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes, probably less. I'll be as quick as I can. Decided to have a cup of tea. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's better. I'm still tired, but a cup of tea might wake me up a little bit. Yeah, I'm sleepy. These beautiful Philippines people have worn me out with all the English teaching I'm giving them. Hello, Martha. You never stay long, Martha, do you? You should get up on screen and have a proper talk. We'll give it a set too, so what's what? Put the world to rights, me and you. Because we know what's going on, don't we, exactly? You're always just about to do something. It's irritating me. Next time you join my stream, join it when you're not doing anything, and then you'll have my complete, undivided attention. Yeah? One day I shall, I promise. You and I would have an epic chat. Yes, we would. It would be epic. And it'd wipe the slate clean on a lot of issues. You know, we could really discuss things properly with what we know. No, we could. We could make some moves with what we know from books like this. Have you read this one? It's one of my favourites of his. You know, Phantom Self. One of my favourite books. I don't care about the internet. I don't worry about them handling anything. I don't give a damn. Most of the Davids are all right. Well, there's a few that aren't. Dr. David Keith, for instance. There's one piece of David Rockefeller as well. There's another piece of work, you know. Yeah, wow. Not even close. No, they're not. I don't think they are. I think David's hit the hammer on the nail on the head with that. That's why it caused such a furore, because he was onto them. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think about him seeing Ted Heath shape-shifting right in front of him? What do you think of that? Do you think that's a red herring, or do you think he really did see it? I don't know. It's a weird one, that. I can't get my head around it. I can't believe they could do that. How it could work. You believe it? Wow. I'm not totally sold on it. I've not finished the book yet. I know it's quite an old book, but I've not read it before, so I'm just starting out on it, really. But he's mentioned it loads of times in his other books, Phantom Self, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. But I'm not totally sold on everything he says, you know. But I can understand the cold-bloodedness of the bloodlines. You know what I mean? Frequency to fool us. Oh yeah, definitely. Not only that, they can use frequency to change our emotional state, can't they, with the 5Gs and all that sort of stuff. You know, they can make you happy, sad, they can make you violent and you know, riotous and all this bloody stuff. They can do what they like, apparently. There's a guy called, oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name. He used to work for Tavistock or something like that. And he came out as a truth teller. I've forgotten his name now. But he was explaining that. He explains it in Phantom Self and a couple of other David's books as well. Because David does repeat himself, but rightly so, because he needs to reiterate now and again. It's not like Dame Wigington, who reiterates every 2 seconds. It's ridiculously reiterative, if that's a word. I think it is, just about. If it's not, I'm coining it. Reiterative. It's a weird one, isn't it? That's a tongue twister. Makes your tongue go weird when you say it. Reiterative. Yeah. You can read too much of that, though, can't you? It does your head in reading what they get up to. Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. That's definitely a real thing, the mind programming. I mean, you know, it comes from the CIA and what was it called? Operation. I can't remember what it's called now, but they've done a few of them. They do manipulation with all the movies and everything as well, don't they? Subliminal advertising. I've got a book on that called Mind Programming. I've forgotten his name, Eldon Taylor, I think it is. Have you read that one? Yeah, I'm on a mission for truth as well. I have to go into those areas, but I have to be my silly self as well. But I'm not hiding behind the silliness. I'm not going to stop being a serious person as well. It'd be easy to just bury myself in comedy and just do comedy, and I might even be a success. I don't want to be a success. I want the truth. I want to be a free man. I don't want to be a celebrity. I want to be able to walk down the street when nobody knows me from Adam. You know, I'm quite happy. I want to be a free sovereign citizen. You know what I mean? I don't need accolades or anything. I don't need backslappers or anything like that. It's anathema to me. I don't want all that crap. I don't need it. I just need a few genuine friends, that's all. A niche following, that's all I require. You know, with my music and stuff like that. Just a niche audience. I don't want to fill stadiums. You know, it's ridiculous. I don't want all that guff. You know, I'm not into it. I don't like it. I like the quiet life as quiet as possible. Yeah, I've read a hell of a lot as well. I read a hell of a lot. You can see all my books down here. There's about 4 pages, 4 books open at once and stuff. Books everywhere. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to stop being who I am, you know what I mean? I've always stood up. I've been on the protests, Rock Against Racism, blah, 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 blah. Been on gigs against racism. I've done, you know, Rock Against Racism stuff. I've done, you know, protest songs all my life, from being a teenager, being a kid indeed. From being about 14, I started getting into them. First it was comedy, taking the piss. And then I realised that I could be pretty cynical as well. So I started to be cynical in the songs as well and get to the truth that way. Or explain a few truths, which was obvious to me that things weren't right with the world. Since I stumbled into psychedelics when I was 13, that opened my mind incredibly. And I realised it was totally different levels of reality and everything, you know. Yeah, when you've got all your chores done and that. You're on a farm, aren't you, Martha? If I remember rightly. You on a farm, small holding or whatever? Yeah, I can switch from one to another because sometimes it's a difficult word. You know, I need to look up a word, or I've forgotten the meaning of a certain phrase. Like I'd forgotten the meaning. I did know years ago what a straw man was. Yeah, and it's just a device basically to belittle the other person. You know what I mean? That's all it is. To win an argument. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous, and they misquote you and all that lot. It's all part of this. And try to totally shred your argument, and then they'll misquote you back as if you really said that kind of thing. That's a straw man tactics and that, you know. Oh, the young'uns are calling. They're hungry. When you say young'uns, do you mean young animals or? I'll be back like bad smell. Oh, that's funny. Okay, Martha. Yeah, comedy is how we delve into certain things. And you can say a lot of things in comedy. You can say, oh, well, I was just joking, you know, oh, he's a comedian, so people won't take you seriously when you're really being deadly serious within the comedy itself. So you're taking it to new areas. Oh, yeah, the levels, dead right. Levels of consciousness and that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been on, I've been into outer space many, many times, inner space indeed. Inner space is far more interesting than outer space, I think, with your eyes closed, you know. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. Yeah, gaslighting, very similar. Yeah, it's almost the same. It's that kind of thing. Yeah. Straw man's an old word for it. I think gaslighting's a new one. Yeah, I thought you were on a ranch. So you're in the milk house, so you're going to feed the cows, are you? Yeah. Hello, Ace. How are you? You alright, mate? Have you got a few minutes? Why don't you get up and have a chat? I'd like to chat to someone. I've been trying to chat to Martha for ages. We just had a bit of a conversation just now via the chat, but it's not the same as having someone else on screen. That's fantastic, you know, because you feel like you're really close then when you're on screen. I feel close to all you guys anyway. You're my friends. You've kept me sane over these years. I could have gone completely bonkers without, you know, without you guys. Yeah. We've got to maintain, you know, try and get the truth out any way we can, any which way we can. Comedy, poetry, music, drama, any way we can. Hi, gentlemen. How are you doing? Are you going to work today? Well, I wonder what's going on. Eldon, yeah. Predictive programming, yeah. We simply have to get the truth out, because what they're doing with the how they're profiting from all the lies, it's just disgusting. And how they're damaging the world doing that. So we've got to counter them as best we can. Yeah, absolutely. I think they're trying to. You're going to try something, aren't they? They're doing horrendous things all the time. The most heinous operations going on, and they've got all the money in the world to do it, to buy people and buy people's cooperation in their evil. Yeah, no problem. You take care. You go and enjoy it. I hope the moon's out. Maybe you can do a video and mention me in it. Yay! Mention my live streams. They're good fun. It can be very fun. Very much fun, actually. Do some funny stuff now and again. Oh, sick. Okay. You go, man. You get going. No problem. See you later. Yeah, see, man. Tropical depression coming in. Jesus. I try not to get depressed. You know. You can't worry about everything all the time, can you? You have to lighten up. Yeah. But you can't not look at the truth because it's just burying your head in the sand otherwise. What was I going to do? Well, I'm going to go to sleep now, I think. I'm very tired now. Don't mind, dear. Hope you don't mind. Hope you're not disappointed. But we can meet again tomorrow or whenever. Another time. Okay. Thank you. Just read my little note on the bottom I've written for you all. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye bye, everyone.